Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, the reigning, defending UFC featherweight champion of the world, Jose Aldo Jr.
January 14th, UFC 142. The UFC returns to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and the UFC Featherweight Championship of the World will be defended by the champion, Jose Aldo, one of the very best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, and he takes on the undefeated Chad Money Mendes in an outstanding matchup of opposing styles.
I'm looking at this kind of like a Rocky story. I'm going to go in there and fight the champion in his backyard and take it from him. What better way to prove to the world that I'm the best 45-pound champ?
Here we go, Chad Mendes bringing it forward.
Chad Mendes is an elite wrestler. His double, his timing, his singles, all of his different takedowns are outstanding. He's 11-0. He's very confident. He also has the benefit of being in the same camp as Uriah Faber, who can give him some valuable insight as to what Aldo can do and what to avoid. He wants to, no doubt about it, grab a hold of Jose Aldo and get him onto the ground where he can stay on top of him and rough him up.
Powerful strikes.
If I want to take it to the ground, I take it to the ground. That's where it's going to go.
Big shot by Mendes, and he's got him down.
Mendes brings great striking and the ability and willingness to stick to a game plan.
I was practicing that choke the last 2 weeks.
Aldo's fight with Hominick was a great fight for me to see. It was the first time we got to see Aldo get put on his back, how he reacted and how to get him there.
Então, o que eu sei do Chad é cara que procura a luta, a gente vai montar nossa estratégia e chegar lá e lutar.
I don't think he's fought anybody with the athleticism, the strength, and the wrestling background that I have. It's going to be, tough for him to throw any kind of submission when I'm on top punching him in the face.
He can take Aldo down, he can rough him up with ground and pound and finish him.
He was spectacular tonight, Chad Mendes. Head kick. Still champion, ladies and gentlemen, Jose Aldo.
Jose Aldo is, of course, the UFC featherweight champion and one of the very best pound-for-pound fighters on the planet. Aldo is devastatingly explosive, has ridiculous kicking technique and power, and flying knees that come out of nowhere.
These men will probably get a shot at the champion right off the bat. It is over.
He hit Cub Swanson with a flying double knee and knocked him out 8 seconds into the fight. That's the kind of explosiveness and unpredictability that the champion Jose Aldo brings to the table.
This is the opening he was looking for, and that is it.
If you look at what he did to Uriah Faber's leg over and over again, vicious leg kicks, completely taking Uriah's legs away from him. When he has you hurt, he is like a shark. He smells blood, and he swarms.
Oh, yes! Big shots. No, now it's just teed off on Mike Brown. Steve Mazzagatti ends it.
I think Jose Aldo is a great champion. His stand-up is some of the best in the game, and he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Jose Aldo is a killer, and he's one of the finest fighters on the planet Earth. The real question is, though, stylistically, can he deal with what Chad Mendes brings to the table?
Eu não me sinto preocupado nem um pouco pelo fato de ele ser forte ou não. Já me sinto um dos mais fortes da categoria. Se eu chegar a vencê-lo pelo nocaute, acho que o público vai ficar louco, né? Vai todo mundo ao delírio.
It's a great fight, and the fact that it's going to be taking place in Brazil makes it even more emotionally charged. The crowd is going to be going crazy. Aldo is going to be responding to that, and Chad Mendes is going to have to deal with that.
I want to get in there, I want to get that belt because I want to be a world champion, but also I want to get some revenge for Faber.
Isso possibilita, assim, acontecer nocaute ou uma finalização.
If my right hand hits him on the chin, he's going to go to sleep.
Mas mesmo, eu vou vencer o Chad Mendes. Principalmente em casa, né?
I will defeat Jose Aldo. I'm going to go into Brazil, I'm going to take that belt. I'm going to become the next featherweight champion in the world.
I'm here with Vitor Belfort.
They call me the Phenom.
I'm here to make a name for myself.
Anthony Rumble Johnson!
After January 14th, the world's gonna know who I am.
Vitor Belfort versus Anthony Rumble Johnson is a really, really intriguing fight.
Vitor Belfort.
Vitor Belfort is a sharp striker. He's a sniper with his techniques.
He heard right Franklin is in trouble. He's a
But can he deal with the absolute raw physical power that Anthony Johnson brings to the table?
That guy is a handful for anybody to deal with.
Whoever they put in front of me, get ready.
I got a phone call from my agent. He said, Vitor Belfort. I said, okay. I didn't hesitate. It was an automatic.
It's been long anticipated that Anthony Johnson would eventually move into the middleweight division. But the fact that he moves into the middleweight division and takes on arguably the #2 guy in the world in Vitor Belfort in his first fight says a lot about Anthony's confidence, and it says a lot about his willingness to jump right to the deep end of the pool and trade with one of the very best guys in the UFC, period.
The key to success to me is you have to be confident in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. If you tell yourself you can't do it, guess what? You're not going to do it.
What Anthony Rumble Johnson brings to the table is great wrestling and absolutely ridiculous one-punch knockout power.
Huge knockout by Anthony Johnson.
Anthony Johnson has not had to swarm guys when he hurts them, because when Anthony hurts guys, they go unconscious.
It is all over!
All I'm thinking about is just smashing Vitor from head to toe, start to finish. There's nothing that I would love to do more than just destroy him when I fight him. That's it.
If you look at his fight against Tommy Spears and see what that kid is capable of doing.
Telling you, that's a violent dude right there.
If you look at his fight against Kevin Byrne when he knocked him out with that head kick.
Wow! What a head kick!
And if you look at his last fight against Charlie Brenneman.
Anthony Johnson with the head kick!
You see what Anthony Rumble Johnson is capable of. There are very few guys that can deal with the physicality, the strength, the power, the explosiveness, and the technique that Anthony Rumble Johnson brings to the table. Because Anthony Johnson is one of the most powerful one-punch and one-kick knockout artists in the UFC today. Vitor Belfort is the former heavyweight tournament champion. He's the former UFC light heavyweight champion. And now at middleweight, he truly is amongst the elite of the division.
My objective is the belt. And I'm gonna get through whoever is in front of me.
Vitor Belfort is one of the most explosive attacking fighters in the UFC. When Vitor Belfort hits you with a punch, if he thinks you're hurt, a million punches follow in a few seconds. You can see that in his first round stoppage of Vanderlei Silva.
Oh, he does with the hands, though. Vitor Belfort.
His brutal KO of Rich Franklin.
Belfort looking to finish.
He's out.
It's all over.
He's out. His absolutely vicious destruction of Yoshihiro Akiyama.
That was vintage Vitor Belfort right there.
I'm back. I'm back.
You're back.
Vitor is one of the most dangerous finishers in mixed martial arts.
Vitor Belfort. He built his career on swarming his opponent when he senses the finish.
He's a killer. He is an outstanding striker, and on top of that, he's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
I'm not concerned about anything he can bring to the game. Right from the beginning, when he looks in my eyes, he will know he's in trouble.
I'm not afraid of him, and that's for sure.
I will be ready 100% to knock him out and get my arm raised that night. He's gonna face a hungry lion.
I'm gonna use everything in my power to dominate him.
Johnson is just pouring it on.
No man can stand against me.
He's so fast.
I can knock his ass out. I'm the better overall fighter, no matter what.
One shot can turn the whole fight around.
January 14, my arm's gonna be raised.
Championship. Knee by